All right, welcome back to the channel. We have a lot of people that left comments. Let me go show you that want a comparison between Royalty Profits AI and EbookWriter AI. Royalty Profits AI, the creator is DPapa. That is his username on Where Plus. He's a vendor, a software creator. And then Chris Derenberger, most of you know his products. He does create really good products. AI Wisemind and EbookWriter AI are a couple. I think it's Questify as a keyword research tool. He's created some really good. He used to be a huge internet marketer, affiliate marketer, and then the last 4 years, he kind of switched over to creating software. He's really been focused on that. I've created the best in-depth comparison that I possibly can. They already did everything ahead of time. So I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised that I want to spend the whole video actually going over what I found out with testing the exact same keyword and book and everything in both softwares. Okay, so I already did all the testing. This entire video is a complete breakdown into overall what software I think is best and which software is right for you. I wanted to go over here and look at the Royalty Profits AI video that I published on Friday. If I want a comparison, please make a comparison video. We had a lot of people that wanted this video. That is what I like to do, is to create the videos and content for you guys that you guys want to see. Here is another thing too. If you watch the entire video, I'm going to wait till the end to do that. Please be as interactive as possible on these videos. I want to create content and do reviews on software that you guys actually want me to review. 5 years in on this channel, doing software reviews, tutorials, and so forth. I want to know what you guys want me to create. You can go over to AppSumo. This is where I got started. I do AppSumo reviews, but I don't want it to only be AppSumo reviews. I want you guys to steer the ship a little bit. Tell me what you want. So leave comments below. Tell me what software you want me to make more content on, make tutorials or review if I haven't already. We can go over here to AppSumo, go to new arrivals, start looking at the software. I think I've already done branding 5. So some of these I have done, probably most of them I have not. If there's a software that interests you, write it in the comments below and say, hey, please review Heffel or whatever that's called. Please review Card Clan. I need your help. There's another place, Product Hunt. Look at this. We go over here and look at traffic. There are 3 million people that go to Product Hunt every single month, and they're launching software. Vendors are launching software daily. Now I can look at what the top products are, and that works pretty well. This will indicate popularity and so forth. If there's any software you want me to create content on, please write those in the comments below. And if there's more than one commenter for the same software, that's going to indicate even further to me that oh yes, I need to do that software review. Just need your help. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the comparison right over here. So here's what I did. I went into each software. Let's go over here to books. You can see that we wrote this book, The Desk Detox 5-Minute Movement Hacks to Reverse Sitting Disease. You can see over here, here's the status. We can click on the book. You have all these options over here. My account is fully loaded with all the features. I am going to go over the features in this comparison video as well. You have the 4 main parts of the book right here. We can go and download the book. What I'm going to do is just go and look at the book preview. I'm not really that impressed with the covers of both softwares. I do think that probably the other software, EbookWriter AI, probably wins when it comes to this. But I created the book with the same settings, as close to the same settings as I possibly could. You have images, you can read the book right here, and so forth. Here's the book that we wrote in Royalty Profits AI. And then we'll come back over here, and here's EbookWriter AI. Let's go over to campaigns and take a look at this as well. I'm going to go ahead and just do a full screen and step away at this point in the video. I just wanted to do that introduction, me being on camera. Here we go, guys. We have our books over here. Let's go to campaigns. You can see over here, I'm going to click on this right here. I just want to show you that we created the same settings. You can come over here, look at all the settings. I chose GPT-5. That's the most expensive model that you can use. And you can choose your model in EbookWriter AI, but you cannot choose your model. At least I did not see where you can choose your model in Royalty Profits. If we go over here to books, we might not be able to look at our settings. I'm going to go over here to books. And can I go like this with settings? Yes, we can go and look at the settings. So you can see 20, 40 pages, instant book, I come back over here, 20 to 40 pages. It was an instant book. I even used the same author name. Now, here's another cool thing I did to remove biases and capabilities from each software. I created the context of the book and the book title and everything in Claude AI. So I did that completely separately, even though you can do research and find keywords and create your book titles in both softwares. I wanted to remove kind of the bias. I wanted to just create the same exact book title. And so I kind of did that off both softwares. I went into Claude and did that so that we could create as similar book as possible, right? So over here in EbookWriter AI, we got the 6 chapters there, but you can see right over here, it's the same right here. You are writing the desk detox book right here. We can come over here. You are writing the desk detox books, right? So just showing you along the way what we did. There's a couple nuances, targeted audience, I believe. There's a little bit more options inside of Royalty Profits AI. James Sullivan, look right there, the pen name, I'm using the exact same settings for everything, James Sullivan, right? So because I wanted to be comparing as close to possible as we can. Some of these settings over here, I'm going to go over in the comparison sheet. The Royalty Profits has some really cool settings that were automatically, now these are upgrades, I believe, but you get to select the KDP category automatically and select your keywords. It'll find your keywords for you by pushing that button as well. Now, those are just little things that will save you, 20, 30 seconds, because you can use AI to do that anyways. And you can get categories. I'm just showing you how I went about doing this comparison or study. You can come over here in EbookWriter AI. You can also do research. Both softwares have research functionalities, very similar, but I would say the organization of the Royalty Profits AI, I think I like the research just a smidgen better in Royalty Profits AI. I just want to show you that you can also get categories right here. We did a best keywords and category for a book. So I put in this as the campaign name, and it went and said, hey, best keyword or category for the book, sitting disease keyword, health and fitness is the general category, 5-minute exercises is a keyword, health and fitness is the next category, office workouts, that's another keyword, and health and fitness workplace health. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually a category. I would have to spend some more time seeing that, but I know that Royalty Profits is finding real categories and placing it in the most likely category that it should go in. But you can certainly do keyword research, niche research, all in both softwares. Both have a really good research functionality. So we created our book. I'm going to come back in here and show you what that looks like. You come over here, you have all these settings. Some of these you will have access to and won't have access to. Remember, I have loaded on both accounts. I have all of the capabilities or all the upgrades. So you can, this publish to eHub, that is something you won't find in EbookWriter software by Chris Derenberger. If you hook this up, you push this button and it will automatically send all of your book details and everything over. That is a very impressive feature, in my opinion, that separates the two from that standpoint. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Certainly, we have all the settings over here. You can download your book, upload it, and you can edit the cover. It does have a nice editor in here for the cover, regenerate cover. You have your audiobook, video book here, and so forth. Then we come over here into our campaigns into EbookWriter. We'll take a look right over here. I'm just going to click on it. This is what it's going to look like. Same thing. This is what it's going to look like when we jump into EbookWriter AI. You're going to see all the chapters. You can click on these, go to chapter, open the editor. They both have sufficient editors. I would say probably the EbookWriter AI has a little bit better editor. They're both definitely capable. You have these other parts where you can go over to sections, the reviews section over here. That's going to be if you got the lead flipbook generator. I'll show you the editor. So you click over here in EbookWriter. This is what the editor will look like. And I will say just a little bit of a note. I'm kind of surprised. I have submitted a ticket. I did have an issue with a book that I tried on Friday. It didn't actually create, but today it did create the book in EbookWriter AI. I'm finding that it's a little bit less responsive right now. I think there's a lot of people using the software because you can actually make money from the software. There's a lot of people using the software, and so it's just been a little slow. I'm just going to be completely honest that it has been a little bit slow the last few times that I've logged in. This is kind of like your editor. You can come in here and edit whatever you want. It's nicely organized by section right there as well. You can regenerate your book. You can download right there as well. And then over here in royalty profits, you would just push the edit button on this section. It looks like it wrote 4 chapters. This is what the book editor looks like. They're both capable. This is where you edit your text. You could save changes and skip right over. They're both going to get the job done with editing. You have images and your basic editing right there. But this one is just, you can quickly skip to the sections that you want to look at. I would give the edge just a little bit to EbookWriter AI. So I'm going to go back. Those are all the settings. Let's show you what you can do over here. You click on the 3 dots action over here. You can generate your audiobook on both softwares. The flipbook I don't have access to. That's the only upgrade that I didn't have. Regenerate your ebook. You can download your text. You can clone the campaign. And then under reviews, you can actually do lead generation with ebooks. That's a unique function of EbookWriter that Royalty Profits AI does not have. They both have things the other doesn't have. Most of the features are available in both softwares. Let's go with EbookWriter, and you can submit a ticket in there. You can get to your downloads. Let's talk about upgrades real quick, and then I'm going to go into the spreadsheet and spend the rest of the time going over my scoring. Audio generation is a one-time offer or an upgrade. Research settings is another upgrade. Flipbook and lead collection, and I'm going to go over the pricing on all this as well. This is the only one that I didn't purchase. It's $47. You click on the button and you can go purchase it. The YouTube and URL ebook is also another upgrade. So you can see all the upgrades right over there, what you have, what you don't have. And then you have your settings over here. You are going to want to go in here, put your open API keys in there, and you are going to have a billing set up on your account in order to unlock this, where it's GPT-4o, GPT image 1 access. So you don't have to have this, but once you turn on billing over here, it will allow you to use GPT-1 image, and that one is said to be the best image creator. You will be paying for those images, I believe. To have that, you have to go in and turn on billing on your account. And then the Gemini right here, it took me a minute to get this because I did have the API key in here, but in order to use Nano Banana, Gemini Flash, you have to turn on billing in your Gemini API key account. And then you have to refresh and push save again. When you don't have this, you just have the free versions of both. You won't be able to use Nano Banana in EbookWriter AI. I believe at Royalty Profits AI, it's using an API key as well, but it was easy to hook up both. You are going to need API keys. Remember, these are vehicles, but you're going to need API keys in order to fuel that vehicle. You're paying for software that's going to do all the research for you. You're paying for the proprietary algorithm coding and workflows and efficiencies that these tools are creating for you, but you still got to pay for the credits and the open API, which is really good for you. Currently, both softwares are also at lifetime deals. You pay once for the software, and then you can use it as many times as you want. It's a really good thing because if we relied on them to give us the code, it limits us on a lot of things. We don't know what they're truly using. I actually think that in almost every category, having your own API key and paying for it is actually better because we get to control what we're using and the amount of books that we're writing and so forth. So I really like that. What did we do? We wrote these books, right? We pushed go on the campaign. I have some other criteria over here. We'll get to that in just a minute. Let's take a look and spend the rest of the time in here. So we have criteria. We have our Royalty Profits AI by DePapa, and then we have EbookWriter AI is by Chris Derenberger. This one released about 4 months ago or something like that, okay? So UI and ease of use, I gave them both a 4.5. It's super easy to find everything you need in both softwares. I don't have a preference. Sometimes when I'm using one software, I'm like, oh, I like this one better, and you can just tell the quality. But then I'm in the other one, I'm like, oh, but this one it's pretty good. You kind of can't really deny that they're both good. So I'd had to give them both the same score. Okay. So now I'm going to unlock all these features right here, and we can take a look at what I scored on these. So this first one is overall features. I'm giving the features here, Royalty Profits AI, a better score overall because it has the video creator that EbookWriter does not have a video creator. It does have a flipbook, but also the reason, like having the auto pick KDP keywords, auto pick right here for categories, the ability to choose AI writing models was a no-go on Royalty Profits AI, but I gave it a 5 over here. As far as features, I've been spending the last 2.5 hours coming up with this. I think at the end of the day, I just had to give the features because they pretty much matched all the features besides the lead generation functionality. I believe that this one, it's really just looking at this. I think I have to give them both a 5. It's not going to really change the score much anyways. I'm just telling you right now. But you know what? The reason why I'm just fixing this right now, I'm just going to, and you saw that it was a 4.9 and a 5. So they're virtually the same thing. A 5 and 5 is because at the end of the day, Royalty Profits AI has all these really cool things like auto pick KDP keywords and auto pick KDP at the click of a button, which EbookWriter AI does not. It also has the auto publish feature. Let me just auto publish feature. I didn't put that in over here, I don't believe, and I probably should have put that in there as well. But at the end of the day, the big separators is auto publish feature for Royalty Profits AI, and then the flip book lead gen feature. Those are the two main separators. They pretty much have voice audiobooks. They have, you could turn your flip book into a video book. The video that is created is not that engaging with Royalty Profits. So at the end of the day, I really like the auto KDP keywords and the auto publish feature. I'm going to give them a 5 and 5 for overall feature abilities because there are two main features that they both clearly have: the Flipbook lead gen feature and the auto publish feature to Amazon. And their upgrades, you have to have the upgraded part. But I just looked at features overall. If you maxed out and got the entire tool, I'm going to call it a tie because of these two things right here are the main separators. Hopefully that makes sense. When you dive into very specific things like the auto pick KDP keywords, you can go and use the research feature like I showed you a minute ago, but you will have to copy that. You will have to open up in a new tab or copy it to a notepad and then copy it over. Whereas in Royalty Profits, you click a button and it automatically does it right from inside the ebook campaign creator, which I really like. The auto pick KDP features over here is also I gave it a 5 because it's just clearly awesome. And you don't really have the auto. You have got to go into the research section, copy over that and everything here as well. We do need a quick import click button. Unless I missed it, I don't think that they have that. That's why I'm scoring higher in these categories here. For the research section, overall, I think I pick Royalty Profits AI. I liked the research features and the capability and the automation a little bit better in Royalty Profits AI. The ability to choose AI writing model right over here. I'll show you an example of this, but we get a 5 on Chris's tool and a 0 on Royalty Profits AI. When we come in here, let's go back over here to books and we go create campaign. You do have instant book. You do have the URL, video to ebook. Here's another reason why I gave 5 out and then a 4.9. You get a PDF file source that you can actually feed this PLR or other PDFs and control the resources used to write your content, which I thought was a really cool feature. I don't think you can do that in EbookWriter AI. Let's see if we can answer that question. I'm going to go to new campaign and you can see video URL document. Okay, so no, you can do a document there. They both have the same capabilities. Cool. Okay, so that right there, these little buttons right here to get your book title and stuff, the other tool, EbookWriter AI, does not have that. There's that upload feature there, but it doesn't really have the feature to just click a button and have all that stuff filled out for you. So that makes this Royalty Profits AI if you want automation and you just want quick, it's a little bit better in here. But I don't see the ability to choose what model it's using. GPT-5, Nano, Mini, what is it using? Whereas over here, we can choose Mini, 5, Nano, 4 Mini, Turbo. We can really save a lot of money if we wanted to. The GPT-5 is the most expensive and the highest quality. And that's what I used because we have the ability to choose that. We do not have the ability to select that over here, and I'm not sure what they're using. I'd have to reach out to the vendor to see what they're actually using, okay? So back over to our spreadsheet and our comparison. That's where I'm getting these numbers from, right? This is a complete deep dive. No one else is going to know the softwares like this and do a full comparison for you guys. If you made it this far in the content, just hit that like button. It's free, and you can actually hit the like button while you're watching the video. That will let me know that you made it this far in the video and that you are liking this in-depth comparison, software comparisons or versus type videos. This took a lot of time. I could review a software and get a video out far faster than it takes to do comparison videos. Comparison videos, I would estimate, take 2 to 3 times longer. One reason they don't do as many of them is because they just take a lot of brain power and thought, bringing up all the different features, the pricing, the tools, both tools at the same time, testing the content quality. There's a lot that goes into it. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go into speed. So the speed and cost of writing the book, I'm going to unlock both those real quick. So the speed was Royalty Profits AI just flat out won. It took only 3 minutes to write an 8,000 word book, and it updates in real time. When you write a book, there's a status bar, and the status bar, let's just go, if we can go in here to books. When you're writing a book, this status bar right here, while you're just sitting on this page, it automatically updates in real time without having to come up here and push refresh. It goes 1%, 5%, 10%, 20, boom, boom, boom. And it only took 3 minutes to do this. But when we come back into campaigns, into EbookWriterAI, I feel like it did this in the beginning, but it's no longer doing that. I had to continue clicking the campaigns button or the refresh button to see what this actually showed. I think that those are little nuances that do end up kind of matter. They only matter a little, but it is super nice to sit here and see that, okay, my book's done. Especially if you have 2 monitors. This is creating on one monitor, you're working on your other monitor, but then you know when it's done, right? Overall, I really like that. The speed was faster over here, clearly. We selected 20 to 40 pages. That gives the AI freedom to write only 20 or 40 pages. Chris Derenberger's software decided to go a lot more in depth and create a bigger book. It created a 17,000 word book. It doesn't update in real time, just FYI. And it took 12 minutes to create that 17,000 word book. So if you actually decrease this by half, right? So 8,000. Chris Derenberger's book, AI Writer, wrote twice as much content. So if we cut that completely, you would actually cut the 12 minutes in half to 6 minutes. And this would still clearly be a faster software. Royalty Profits AI got a 5, and I still gave a 4 to EbookWriterAI because in comparison with even another software that we found, which was, what is it? Let's go over here to software. EbookWriter, I reviewed that as well. That can take up to 6 to 8 hours to write one simple book. So we have other things to compare it to. Waiting for even 6 minutes or 12 minutes for your book it's compared to the 3 minutes over here. If it can create a book in 30 minutes or less, I would say it falls into the same category, but you got to give a winner because this one was twice as fast. So that's why I arrived at that. The EbookWriterAI still gets a 4. The cost of writing a book, I gave a 5 and a 5 because to write both these books, it was $1.59, I think. And so that would have been more cost for the 17,000 words, but I'm using the same API key for both. They're virtually the same. I would say maybe this one would be a little bit less because they probably are using GPT-5. I mean, we don't know, but they might be using GPT-5 mini or nano. We don't know what they're using. It's probably GPT-5 of some sort, but GPT-5, the standard version, is the most expensive and the most capable with reasoning and so forth. At the end of the day, cost-wise, I would say that they're both on par, both the same. Here's where we're going to really have some fun. And this is, if you made it this far, good for you, because this is where the main separators of the software are starting to really shine. And this comes to content quality. Now, content quality is probably why you're here. I went through a large time-consuming process in order to grade this. And I'm going to show you how we did this. Okay, so quality of writing, I built a project tool in Claude AI, and you can see clearly that Chris Derenberger's EbookWriterAI clearly won with quality. Now let me go and show you. So what I did was I copied the text of both books, right? And this one would be the Royalty Profits AI. I pasted the 8,000 words right there, and it analyzed this based on all kinds of criteria. The video is already getting too long, but you can see human-like quality at 3 out of 5. The flow and coherence is a 4 out of 5. The clarity and conciseness, 3 out of 5. And specificity, a 3.5 out of 5. So here are our scores, and our final score is a 3.4. That was where we got this score, 3.4 from Claude, using the exact same tool. To be fair, I didn't take 17,000 words. I took about 10,000 words. This is the Word document. As you can see right here, I still have it highlighted. I took 10,000 words from the EbookWriterAI document. I think images are better. They have better prompting in the EbookWriter AI. The images are good to go. They're a little weird, probably not something I would use in my book in the Royalty Profits AI. So images slightly win in EbookWriter AI as well. I didn't use that as a criteria, but we're going to get into cover. I took 10,000 words, close enough, 8,000 words, close enough, and I put it into my grading tool over here. You can see what EbookWriter AI, we pasted it here, and we did the same thing. 4 out of 5 human, 5 out of 5 flow and coherence, 4 out of 5 clarity, and specificity, 5 out of 5. You can see the chart in the table. This one clearly got more than 1 point higher on content quality in general. Now I'm using Claude because I believe Claude is the best at writing. It's the best AI writer out there, period. Better than Gemini, better than ChatGPT 5, better than any, in my opinion, for writing blog articles, ebooks, or conversational content that sounds like a human wrote it. Claude AI wins, and most people would agree with that. So that's why I use this. If it's going to judge, I would rather use the best one. That's why I used Claude. Now, of course, we could create this exact same tool and use it in Gemini and ChatGPT, and we could get different scores, but we've got to have some baseline, right? So I'm using consistent content, consistent everything, and I used Claude, and it graded this one much higher. The 4.5 for EbookWriter AI, my Claude tool graded that much higher. Hemingway is a 4 for Royalty Profits AI and a 5 for EbookWriter AI. And what did I do? I just went in here, I pasted the content into Hemingway, and you can see Chris's tool, EbookWriter AI, got a grade of 6. Both are really good. Just keep that in mind. A grade 8 is totally fine, and most people will enjoy the content. What I would be concerned about is if Hemingway had a grade of 10 or higher on any of these tools, then I would be like, the reading score is definitely not good. They are good on both tools, and they will probably be sufficient to publish and everything. But the fact that this is grade 5, grade 6 is just the best way that you can write for a large audience in any niche, even the medical field. The closer to grade 5, grade 6, grade 7 that you can get, the better. But you do pass. Grade 8's totally fine as well. That's why I gave Chris Derenberger's EbookWriter AI a 5, and I still gave a nice high score to Royalty Profits AI. Hopefully you guys are agreeing with the way that I scored this and broke all this down. We're almost done. Let's go over here and look at the Grammarly score. We got a 94 in EbookWriter AI and a 97 in Royalty Profits AI. So Royalty Profits AI won on the grammar score. Upgrades right here, and I'm just going to, what are my thoughts on that? I'm just going to say they both are getting a 5. Kind of like features over here. Overall features, I give both a 5. There's only one main separator between who has what. And upgrades, they both have sufficient upgrades as far as, and pricing. So upgrades, OTOs, and you know what? I'm just going to say also and pricing. I'm going to go ahead and just put this all under one roof. So this is the pricing right here, and I'm going to give them both a 5. And here's why. I have a breakdown right over here. I grabbed this back in June. So this software, June, July, August, September, October. So the EbookWriter AI has been out for 4 months. And you can see an all-in. This is the only tool I didn't buy, but it's $49. The all-in for Chris's tool right now at the time of recording this video, it's still on lifetime deal. They did try to go to a monthly, and honestly, it probably didn't work out that well. So they're back to lifetime deal. But $253 is the all-in for EbookWriter AI, which is just insane. The fact that it's well under $300 and you have an entire business in a box right over here. Same thing. I didn't do quite the breakdown over here, but we have a $247 all-in package right here. You get this offer and I'm not really sure, $247. I think you might have to actually buy the front end and buy the package, and you get everything in one. When you purchase, you might actually need the 37 plus 247. The all-in is 284. I think that the all-in is 284 right here. I think I had that wrong. So this is the all-in. But here's the thing on pricing, right? That's literally $30. And when you're talking about hundreds of dollars, $30 is extremely minimal to change a rating score. So I consider them both about the same on pricing. You can go all in $253, or you can go all in $284 right over here. You can get EbookWriterAI for as low as $17, and you can get the $27 or $37. This is the commercial price. I just wouldn't get it, but they're all it's very, very similar on pricing. So I say that the verdict is they're virtually the same. The main difference in the OTOs is the Royalty Profits AI has auto keywords, categories, and auto publish to Amazon. EbookWriterAI has the flipbook and lead gen feature, and I've kind of hit on that quite a bit in this review. Both tools have audiobook and flipbook that can become a video feature. So that is a pricing breakdown. They both get full points on that. Roadmap, there's clearly a roadmap in EbookWriterAI, and there's not a roadmap over here. They both have sufficient training. There's a full-fledged YouTube channel for EbookWriterAI, and then you come over here, there's a bunch of training videos housed inside the software over here for royalties. They both would get a 5 on that anyways, but over here we can click over here and you can actually go to roadmap, and they have a nice roadmap that is public and everything. It's telling you what they've completed, what they have upcoming, one in progress, full transparency. This is what you want in a tool, right? Full transparency. There's no way one person could manage all this. So you definitely have Chris's developer managing all this. They just win on that one. There's no roadmap here. I have to give it full there for EbookWriterAI. Finally, let's end with the vendor authority and trust. I'm going to give the edge to Chris Derenberger for EbookWriterAI, but it is somewhat close. DePapa has been on the platform for years and has good products. I think they will continue to add to the tool. Unfortunately, they should have a roadmap. Even inside the tool, they should have some type of roadmap, I think. That's why they got some points off on that, but it doesn't mean that I don't believe they're going to continue listening to users and adding new features. So maybe I could give them a couple points there. Certainly, I like both vendors. I wouldn't promote both tools if I didn't like both vendors. I don't think you can go wrong with any tool, but I do have to give the slight win to just authority and rating. He does have a higher rating in Warrior Plus as well. EbookWriterAI gets a slight better on vendor authority and trust. And then finally, let's go ahead and look at reveal the final scores. We get a 3.9 for Royalty Profits AI and a 4.6 for EbookWriterAI. Declaring the winner of this versus battle will go to EbookWriterAI. I think that the main things will be the quality of the book, the quality of writing, the Hemingway reading score. I did read a few paragraphs of the book, and you get a sense that a human wrote the book with EbookWriterAI. That also will probably go a long way when you're publishing your books. I love the auto-publish feature, but it's probably not as necessary with the fact that you can only publish a max of 3 books per day on Amazon. You're going to want to spend a lot more time making sure everything looks good before you go and publish. You're not going to be publishing dozens of books per day. You may not really need the auto-publish feature, but if you're someone like me and you're planning on only spending 30 minutes a day on this, then the auto-publish feature might really, really save you. If it's going to save you an extra 15, 20 minutes for each book published, and you're planning on publishing 1 book per day, then that auto-publish feature, if you're a busy person, really does come into play. At the end of the day, I don't think you can go wrong with either tool. They're both solid quality tools, but EbookWriterAI does take the cake and win on this one. Let me know in the comments below. Write, Royalty Profits AI versus EbookWriterAI in the comments below, or just say, I watched the entire thing, something like that. I love to get your guys' comments that made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember to hit that like button. Both links for both softwares are below. If you don't have any of these tools, you want to pick one of them up, I do have bonuses for both softwares. If you pick up either one of these or both, you do get bonuses. They are unique bonuses. There's the EbookWriter or the Royalty Profits AI. I made a brand new bonus for that one as well. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.